drifted like the shifting sand. You said you'd stay but turned away. Now I relive that every day. Each photograph a loaded gun. Each memory weighs a ton. You kiss me once, then disappear, and left the wreck I always fear. I reached for you, you reached for none. Now I'm undone beneath your sun. Broken love never heals, it only steals, it only kills. Your goodbye stuck in my head like a lullaby of dread. I gave my soul, you took it home. Now love's a never-ending toll. The stars we named are dead and gone, and I'm still stuck holding on. The dreams we built have turned to stone, while I decay here all alone. You were the lie I chose to trust. Now all I breathe is bitter dust. The more I try to let you go, the more your shadow seems to grow. Broken love never heals, it only steals, it only kills. Your goodbye stuck in my head like a lullaby of dread. I gave my soul, you took it home. Now love's a never-ending toll. I see your ghost in every light and lose myself again each night. You rip the joy out of my song and left us silence for too long. You smiled as you tore the page, set fire to love, unlocked the cage. Now I'm a prisoner of our past, wishing the pain would never last. I scream for peace, but none replies. Just echoes of your pretty lies. I wish you'd never said you care. At least then I'd be less impaired. Broken love never heals, it only steals, it only kills. Your goodbye stuck in my head like a lullaby of dread. I gave my soul, you took it home. Now love's a never-ending toll. Now every breath's a scream for air, and all that's left is your despair. I'm bleeding still from what we sealed, 'cause broken love never heals. Healing never comes when you're still here inside me. You left but you never truly went. Your scent, your smile still present, and I wash the sheets, erase the calls, but you're still there inside my walls. I try to breathe a life brand new, but every path leads back to you. I can't heal where you still live, and every tear I still forgive. You haunt my nights, you steal my sleep. You built your home inside too deep. I let go, but you still give. I can't heal where you still live. I tell my friends I'm moving on, but they can't tell you're never gone. Your ghost still sleeps where I once lay. You take my peace and walk away. I scream inside, a smile so thin, but you still echo deep within. I can't heal where you still live, and every tear I still forgive. You haunt my nights, you steal my sleep. You built your home inside too deep. I let go, but you still give. I can't heal where you still live. I burned the photos, blocked your name, but every thought still bleeds the same. You whisper through the radio, your favorite songs won't let me go. You set up camp for my broken ribs, turn my heartbeat into what ifs. I chase the dawn, you chase my mind, you're never gone, just cruelly kind. I try to speak but choke instead, you're the echo living in my head. No matter how far I run away, you find a reason and you stay. How can I heal what's never gone when you're the ghost I lean upon? I can't heal where you still live, and every tear I still forgive. You haunt my nights, you steal my sleep. You built your home inside too deep. I scream my bed, but you won't give. I can't heal where you still live. Still here, and I can't breathe. The night is colder than before. I hear your footsteps at the door, but when I turn you're never there. Just empty space and silent air. Your love was like a spark that left me in the dark. If only you had stayed, we might have found a way. But now I bleed alone inside this broken home. I scream into the rain to drown this endless pain. If only you had stayed. just for a while. But even warmth can feel like fire when all that's left is lost desire. You faded like a dream and tore apart my seams. If only you had stayed, we might have found a way. But now I bleed alone inside this broken home. I scream into the rain to drown this endless pain. If only you had stayed. Now I'm tracing every scar just to feel where you are. The love we left to die still echoes in my You said forever, then you slipped. Now I'm the ghost you once had kissed. I'm stuck in time, you're moving on while I fade with the dawn. Would it be too late to try if I begged you not to say goodbye? If only you had stayed, we might have found a way. But now I bleed alone inside this broken home. I scream into the rain to drown this endless pain. If only you had stayed. My heart still waits and breaks for the love we couldn't make. If only you had stayed.
One more second. Might have saved everything.
You stood there, keys in your hand, one step back, no final stand. You turned around, eyes cold as snow, said nothing, then let go. But if you'd stayed for one more breath, we might have dodged this quiet death. If you had just stayed, we'd still be dancing in the rain. You left when we were almost right, turned day to never-ending night. If you had just held my hand, we might still be what we planned. The clock struck out and you withdrew, left all the things we didn't do. A single wait might have been enough to prove this love was truly tough, but silence spoke more loud more than pain and left me standing in the rain. If you had just stayed, we'd still be dancing in the rain. You left when we were almost right, turned day to never-ending night. Now I talk to empty space, replay the memory of your face. A world where you said I'll try is all I wish before goodbye. You were so close and yet so far. Love in reverse leaves a bitter scar. I begged in silence, hoped you'd see the wreck you left inside of me. You left like we were never real, like love was something you could steal. I screamed, please stay into the void, but echoes now are all employed. One more sound could have turned it all around. If you had just stayed, if you had just not walked away, maybe I'd still know your touch instead of missing you this much. You turned to leave, I begged the sky, now all I have is why. If you had just stayed, maybe we'd be okay.
That's the silence that screams the loudest. The room is still, the lights are low, but all I feel is your shadow. You left no fight, no final breath, just silence carved in shades of death. No slammed door, no crying plea, just the echo of not choosing me. Quiet is the loudest sound since you're no longer around. The walls still echo your goodbye, but now they howl with every sigh. I thought the silence meant we heal, but now I know how grief is sealed. The things you didn't say still bleed in empty spaces, quiet grief. I beg for noise, for one last word, but nothing's what I've always heard. No closure, no rewind to press, just quiet dressed in loneliness. Quiet is the loudest sound when love is buried in the ground. The absence speaks in cruel refrain, reminding me of all the pain. Your name still lives inside my chest, but silence lays it all to rest. You walked away with silent steps and left my world in quiet death.
So still no open the war, just closed off hearts and locked up doors. You didn't shout, you didn't cry, but silence told me your goodbye. Now every second holds the weight of all the words we said too late. The hush has teeth, it tears me down. Quiet is the loudest sound.
Your coat still hangs on the wall, like you never left it all. But your eyes, your voice, your breath have vanished deep in silent death. I live with ghosts in broken time, memories replaying every rhyme. In the remains of yesterday, I beg the past to let me stay, where you still love me in your eyes, before the truth turned into lies. But time won't let me fade away from the remains of yesterday. Places we once kissed, now haunted by what I miss. The chair you loved, the songs you knew, all feel too loud without you. My fingers trace the air you filled, but all that's left is aching still. In the remains of yesterday, I beg the past to let me stay, where you still love me before the truth turned into lies. But time won't let me fade away from the remains of yesterday. They say that love will find again, but I still bleed from where it's been. No one else can wear your face, or take your name, or fill your place. I tried to burn your memory, but you're carved in every piece of me. You're gone, but still I pray to relive just one yesterday. Could you have stayed if I had known that loving you would feel alone? In the remains of yesterday, I beg the past to let me stay, where you still love me in your eyes, before the truth turned into lies. But time won't let me fade away from the remains of yesterday. You promised you'd come back, but only the rain returned. I stood beneath a quiet storm, hoping your voice would come back warm, but all I heard were drops of grief. No sign of love, no sweet relief. The sky cried aloud, but not like you. It held the truth I never knew. Whispers in the rain, calling out your name again. Every drop like what we lost, every tear a silent cost. You left me with a fading sound that only rain still brings around. I played our song in falling mist, but it just hurts the way we kissed. Each memory like broken glass, disappeared. Now storms return what I once feared. The night still hums your lullaby, but nothing answers when I cry. I call the wind, I beg the sky, but all they give is my goodbye. You vanished like the summer's breath, left behind the cold of death. I scream your name in every street, but it just rains beneath my feet. No footprints, no signs, no reply, just lightning where you used to lie. And all that's left is bitter pain and whispers in the rain. Was always you returning just to see me through. Whispers in the rain, bring back your voice but not the flame. I chase the sound, I chase your face, but all I find is empty space. And though I drown, I still remain, listening for whispers in the rain. Just know you.
Some wounds stay open even after time forgets. I told myself I'd move along, but every night still plays our song. The way you laughed, the way you cried, still lingers deep where truth can't hide. You walked away but stayed inside, a place where even dreams can't hide. These are wounds that time can't heal, the kind that scars but still feel real, the kind that echo when it's late and drag me down beneath their weight. No clock can mend what we became when love forgot to say your name. You took your touch but left your trace. I see you in my own embrace. You haunt the spaces in my bed and whisper lies inside my head. I wear a smile, I fake the light, but fall to pieces every night. These are wounds that time can't heal, so bleeding through what's now surreal. You stitched me up with shattered thread, then left me begging, cold and red. I write a story in the dark, but every word just leaves a mark. You took your piece and left me warm, a silence I cannot ignore. I try to run, I try to mend, but pain like yours does not pretend. You cracked my soul and called it fate and vanished through that heavy gate. Now every second is a burn, each hour begs for your return, but time it doesn't always feel the wounds that time can never heal. You left me love but left no light. Now I just bleed through